Guten Tag, ciao, and hello. It's Docta with a list look-in from the Assault on Endor 2022 tournament here. This video series focuses on the list that plays top 2 in their pods and will be this one should be participating in the upper echelon of the Tabletop Series World Championship. I'm going to go about a bit of a rant here. Backseatadmiral came second in their pod with 17 tournament points. Did not qualify for the Gold League for some reason. There is a cutoff at 32 players. I don't understand it. Backseatadmiral pretty much did everything they could. You know, they got a big win. They got 17 tournament points. Like this, literally the winner of their pod had 18 tournament points. Backseat had 17. Third place Green Leader had 16. Mythraw had 15. Literally, the format cutting off the bottom, or only cutting top 32 hurts people in hard pods, or at least equally skilled pods. It doesn't actually. What's the point of pod play if coming second isn't good enough? And theoretically, coming first might not be good enough. If the other pods had blowouts and one pod was really tight. But for the most part, yeah, because I mean, how many second places had more than 18? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 17 pods had more than 18 tournament points, which is what Large Package had to win Pod 5. So this is a bit of an issue I have with the format. I think Backseatadmiral deserves a chance at the Swiss. A variety of reasons can go into a mediocre pod score. There's a reason why the pods aren't randomly assigned. Like when you look at the World Cup style, which is essentially what this tournament is for the most part. You have your initial phase of group play, and then you have a single elimination tournament beyond that, right? So this tournament structure is similar, where we have the pod play and then we have the Swiss play. So the pods aren't randomly assigned in the World Cup. No, there's other things that go into it, and they're determined into pots. So like your top teams, Germany, Brazil, France, England, right, Italy, those teams are in pot 1 typically. They might have bad years and they might drop to pot 2, but like very rarely are they not pot 1. So those teams are so then they draw all the pot 1 teams. Okay, boop, 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 boop. These are all the number 1 seeds in their pot. And then they draw all the number 2 seeds. Boop, 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 boop. And they pull out all those guys. So it's then structured so their pods are evenly balanced. Having a top 32 cutoff only supports players in imbalanced pods. For instance, in pod 3, there was a player who dropped, unfortunately, and they finished. This was essentially a 3-way fight, and the lowest scoring fleet was 16 points because of the drop player. That's not fair to the other guys who had a really tough pod. So. Which I mean, pod 3 was also really hard, despite the drop player. But it's still it doesn't, having 4 equally matched players in a pod in a group. It doesn't, punishing one for coming second doesn't actually mean they're a bad player. And so I really disagree with the format in this case here. Backseatadmiral should have deserved a chance at the Gold League, and this is how I'm going to honor them. So best of luck in the Silver League, Backseatadmiral. Here is your fleet. So Backseatadmiral is bringing a 5 activation, 9 deployment fleet, and a Rebel fleet at that. So it would have been the 8th, an extra. There's 7 other Rebel fleets that are in the Gold League right now, and Cracken. There's 5 other Cracken fleets in the Gold League, so not unheard of. Pretty typical from an activation perspective, but the deployments would have been unique. 9 deployments is the high end of the spectrum there, with 4 other fleets in the Gold League right now at uh, at 9 deployments. So let's look at the list in general here. We have Torpedo Frigate with Cracken on it, Expert Shield Techs, Ordnance Experts, External Racks, H9 Turbolasers, and Foresight. So no red dice. Then we have a CR90 Corvette B with Ezra Bridger, ion cannon batteries, and Jaina's light. No red dice. We have a CR90B with Dodonna's Pride. No red dice. We have GR75 medium transports with Adar Tallon boosted comms. No red dice. GR75 medium transports with Toryn Farr. No red dice. And there is a reason why I keep calling out the no red dice. It's because this fleet's name that he has given it is called Mr. Red Blue Dice. You know, Mr. Blue Sky, the song there. Mr. Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky. So yeah, this is Mr. Blue Dice here. It's also got a lot of blue dice in terms of squads, but I mean, there's a few red dice here. Literally just Lando and Rogue Squadron, I guess. But yeah, Dutch, Lando, Shara, Tycho, Rogue, A-wing, a pair of A-wings, I believe. Yep, pair of A-wings and a singular YT 2400. That rounds out the fleet there. And I've flown against this fleet before in a different tournament. It was a Midsummer Madness tournament, so someone else was flying this fleet, if I recall correctly. Maybe not. I don't know. I've flown against this before. It's a really tricky list, and like not just from a flying perspective of playing against it. You're not used to someone just kind of outrushing you as much as this list does. Very happy to sit in the medium range with you. I mean, the torpedo frigate's going to try to bounce in there to drop its racks, but the squadrons are tough. You know, like I said, I really like these three before. I said it before. Dutch, Lando, Shara, I think are kind of the three top rebel squadrons in my opinion. Tycho is really solid too. You know, you could throw Katsu in there. I'm blanking on another one. So very good build here, I think, and then you know just solid support. Not gonna win a whole like large squad battles, but enough to slow people down, enough to take out points, enough to take out ships if they're squadless, like you know red die bomber, black dice snout bomber. Here good times. You have Lando to take out flotillas. Like you got the Toryn Farr for the re-rolls. All around. It's really this fleet's designed to get the most out of Toryn Farr. And yeah, it's a really fun list. I don't remember the objectives. I think I might have gone second actually, but yeah, it's a fun one. You have to be careful. Ezra Bridger is on there, so like if you have contested outpost, if you have you know gravity rift, watch out. Ezra might throw it at you. It's a fun list. It's a really fun list, and it's a real shame that we won't get to see it at the top tier. I'm not really gonna try the objectives. I don't. Most wanted, maybe. I guess I kind of just started doing it. Yeah, I don't know though. We'll see. You'll see. I guess I won't be updating this video description with the fleet performance unless they win. Probably. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe we'll. I'll support Backseatadmiral. Good luck, Backseatadmiral in the Silver League. I think you got robbed. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. So anyways, thanks for watching this list look-in. For the other list look-ins, check out the playlist. There's only one other person who got robbed, so the rest are all Gold League players. Don't worry if you're only being particular in the Gold Leagues. You can check out those videos. Thanks for watching, and catch you in another video.